It's the Lads, your first choice for burgers, pittas, wraps and flame-grilled lamb chops and peri-peri chicken. Now with 5 fantastic new flavours, plus sides, grilled salads and milkshakes too. Open daily from 11:30 until 11 p.m. Call in at 15 Cowgate in Peterborough. Order for collection online at thelads.co.uk or by calling Peterborough 562287 or place your Lads delivery order at ubereats.co.uk.
Busy Bunnies Nurseries is where children grow and thrive. It's where your little ones will enjoy expert care, engaging activities and a warm, welcoming environment. Busy Bunnies Nurseries also provide great learning experiences in exceptional indoor and outdoor settings. So when looking for a loving, fun and safe place for your child, visit at 627 Lincoln Road, Peterborough, now with additional parking, or online at busybunniesnurseries.co.uk. Call 01733 897799 to book your visit today. Busy Bunnies Nurseries, where children hop into a brighter future.
There's simply a variety of choice at Chicken Valley, 318 Lincoln Road, and we don't just mean whether you dine in or order for takeaway or delivery, with halal dishes including peri-peri chicken, wings, strips and wraps, Korean burgers, sides, milkshakes and so much more. You'll have to experience Chicken Valley again and again and again. Open 11 a.m. until late, every day of the week. Order delivery via Just Eat, Uber or Food Hub, or for collection call Chicken Valley on 01733 564 053.
Ramadan Mubarak.
Ramadan Mubarak.
Ramadan Mubarak.
Ramadan Mubarak.
Throughout the holy month of Ramadan, more people than ever will be listening to Salam Radio. So there's never been a better time to advertise, to let people know about your products and services. Radio advertising is effective and affordable, and a great way to help support your local community radio station. For details, find Salam Radio across social media or email info@salamradio.co.uk.
Assalamu alaikum and good afternoon. You're listening to Drive Time live on Salam Radio 106.2 FM. I'm your host, Akil Khalil, and joining me this afternoon is the wonderful brother Zamir. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
How are you?
Good.
MashaAllah, good to have you in the studio. I know we're waiting for Dr. Shamina to arrive. And today we're going to be speaking about a fantastic charity event taking place this weekend at Borges Boulevard in aid of Palestine. It's medical aid for Palestinians, isn't it?
MAP, yeah.
Wonderful. Before we start, though, how's Ramadan going?
Alhamdulillah. It's not difficult in the sense that the days are shorter. You just get on with your day and then you come home when you are going to rest anyway, like what they refer as tea time. It just flows. It's not so difficult. I wasn't finding it quite
Is it because your body's now adjusted because you're halfway through?
Yes, and it was more difficult in the mornings getting up. That's all it is. And once you get up, then that lull period of you don't have anything to do. You're not going to work. I get up and go. And you don't have that time. And then you think, okay, well, I might as well just do this and do that. And so I've been a bit more productive in that regard.
Has it given you time to reflect? And I mean, one of the purposes of Ramadan, I mean, other than not eating, is also to self-reflect and evaluate life and things like that. Have you paused for thought? I know you're a very busy person.
No, I always take when we do salah and everything else. Like I said, I always try to take 10 minutes out. One thing I have realised is when you don't have the world's distractions, your phone. Doom scrolling or anything of that nature, you are so much more productive.
This is true.
100%. I mean,
this is true. Actually, now that you mentioned that, I have a rule. Actually, I'll set it on my phone. I don't use social media for more than 1 hour in any given day.
Yeah.
The phone just locks off. It actually tells you you've been on the app for too long, and I'm thinking, has it been that long? It's just a rule, because, like you said, you can easily just go down the rabbit hole, can't you?
Easily, and then the algorithms are such as, I mean, I like a bit of woodwork. So then I get this joint coming, this making this table or whatnot. It's really quite silly, but to be absolutely honest with you, then you think, oh yeah, I've never done that. Oh, maybe if I did. And you know what? It just goes down and down, and you think to yourself, you don't even realise that it's this time or that time, and then that day's gone.
The day's gone, and before you know it, it's time for iftar.
Yeah.
And personally, I feel like the month is going by extremely
Very
fast.
quickly.
You know,
Very quickly.
I keep looking at my calendar, thinking we're almost at the end of the month.
No.
You know?
It's definitely time to reflect on. It's a lot of things. I mean, we're going to be talking about what we have as people living in the West, and what we find is that we take the simplest amenities out of context, and then also the time of reflection when you're doing iftar and when you're with your family. I like having a meal with my family. It's quite important. A lot of people do a lot of iftars out and friends and the masjids and whatnot, but a lot of people, what they need to do, what I personally think, is if you have a family that you can sit together at least once or twice a week and eat together.
I mean, yeah, absolutely.
It's very important. I think we're so busy these days. Kids are going to do their sports, and there's Monday, my boy goes into football, the other boy goes into basketball, and so on and so forth. But that time that you spend as a family, and young ones, old ones, and you can have a conversation about anything.
True, and I guess with it being Ramadan as well, you know, especially young children and first time fasters. To find a better word, first time fasters. I remember being a first time faster in the 80s.
Yes, it was a lot harder then.
It was a lot harder. Then. It was hard. I mean, I say that. I mean, recently doing a charity event on Sunday, and one of the sisters there, she was sharing with me that her 8-year-old daughter was fasting 4 times in the week, right? And she's really excited and looking forward to it. And it made me think for a second. I was like, what age did I start fasting? And I was like, it might have been 7 or 8 actually.
No, I started, I think, about 11, and then it was one of the summers, and I played football from, must have been noon till iftar time, and that was like 8 o'clock in Borges Boulevard, and I literally come back, had some water, collapsed because I dehydrated because I've been playing football all day,
yeah.
and then spent Eid actually in hospital.
Oh, wow.
And the other thing, and I'm bought me with samosas, and they go, no, you can't have it, you got to have these jugs of water, and that's all you got to have.
That's all you can have, wow.
So.
Mashallah. I mean, no, it is a time, you are right, a time to spend with your family, discuss whatever you want to discuss, perhaps getting closer. The other element I will add to this as well is that opening your fast in the masjid is also really magical as well.
I'm doing it today. I've been invited today, and alhamdulillah, I'm really looking forward to it. It is something different.
It is, because you'll have brothers from different parts of the world sitting next to you.
Yeah.
Everyone's been fasting.
That's it.
And, and it's just that shared camaraderie.
Exactly the word I was going to use, the camaraderie. And you know that, you know what, and then you reflect as well. That last 5 minutes that you reflect and you think, that guy's had a bad day. What type of day have I had? And now I'm sitting in the masjid, going to have some food and open fast with my brothers. And you know what? It's lovely. It's lovely. Then you go to the mosque and you see brothers that you don't. My trade is, I see a lot of people, but there's trades out there people work in the offices and whatnot. They don't see people anymore, realistically. And so having that, it's just similar to Jummah. When you go to Jummah, the purpose of Jummah is you do your prayer, but it's actually meant to be a community thing, that you actually meet people, you see your fellow Muslims. And I think it's very important. I mean, as I said, when it comes to Talawi, as I said, you stand there and it was like, oh, my legs are hurting now. But you do it, shake hands with everyone, give a hug, off you go.
Yeah, and that's also, I have to say, it's a great feeling reading Tarawih.
Yeah.
And hats off to all of the Hafiz and the Imams in the city.
Gotta give it
because Allah's blessed them.
Oh,
There's no doubt about that.
Yeah.
I mean, to be able to memorize the Quran completely, and then have certain additional members within that congregation praying behind you who are also listening attentively in case they need to make a correction of some description, and it's great teamwork. But I mean that you really appreciate the level of barakat in these individuals' lives and their hearts, and how gifted they are. Dedication. It's amazing.
It's a skill, and not everyone can do it. And I know children who are so brilliant that their pronunciation and how they come across. And nowadays as well, the beauty of it is that when we got taught, we didn't actually get taught. We got taught the words,
yes,
how
we
to
did.
pronunciation. But when my young one said to me, my girl said to me, "But Daddy, what does this mean?" And then I was like, "Oh, what shall I say to you?" Okay, off we go. You know what I mean? Well, I'll tell you exactly what it means. She goes, "But you can speak it." I go, "No, I can read it.
I can read it." And
I can read it.
And that's the difference. So you're right. I won't share the story on air, but I will say, yesterday I was having a conversation with someone about how we were taught the Quran in the 80s.
Yep.
And it was an experience, and it's very different now.
By
Perhaps
far.
that'll be another show.
Yes.
Okay, so let's talk about this charity then. Tell me a little bit about the background. So how did this come about? Is this the first time it's happening in Peterborough?
No, we did this last year. I remember when I was in election mode, and then someone approached me and he goes, "Well, you got a little platform," and I was like, "Yeah, I think I have." So I thought, you know what, win or lose, let's do this. And obviously, at that point, it's still going on, the crisis in the Middle East, and we thought, you know what, Gaza, the West Bank, Palestine is close to our hearts. It's similar to, dare I say, when we had the partition between Pakistan, similar kind of times as well. So a lot of people reflect upon that, and they see the suffering. And then we thought, you know what, why not? And then Dr. Shabina obviously had some links, and we had a conversation, and we thought, you know what, brilliant. And I didn't want to make it this year. Like I said, we're not in election mode. It's not about that, and it wasn't about that in the first place. But this time around, there is nothing, and we want to do it because hopefully, we were just discussing it about an hour ago, that hopefully, inshallah, we'll be doing it yearly.
Okay, so last year was the first time.
For last year was first time.
Okay, and as you mentioned, even though you're part of the Labour Party,
Yep.
this isn't a political event.
No,
this
no,
is
no,
completely focused on raising funds for people in Palestine, specifically medical aid.
So specifically for medical aid, and the beauty of it is we've already funded. This is everything that we are going to make on the night, with ticket sales, with sponsorships. Every single penny of that money is going to go towards MAP, medical aid for Palestinians.
Mashallah.
So,
Okay, so can you tell me what can attendees expect on the night? Any special activities or speakers?
yes, we have got Brother Teek, Unspoken. He always riles up, and he gives a beautiful speech. We've got some laureates. We've got I haven't got the names in front of me. Doc was dealing with that. But we've got a couple of poets. We'll have the Lawat as well. We'll have someone reading a Nasheed. We'll have a few speeches, and then inshallah it will be some lovely food made by Mangala caterers as well. And then hopefully, yes, we're hoping to raise. I mean, we hope that we beat last year.
Okay, so tell us a little about last year.
yeah.
What did you raise last year?
21,000, just above 21,000.
Mashallah, so just above £21,000, and this time around you're looking to exceed that.
I'm hoping, to be
Inshallah.
absolutely honest with you. Originally, we were only hoping to do about 10,000 last year, so we massively over exceeded what we expected. So,
Well, inshallah,
alhamdulillah.
it happens.
Yeah.
Of course. So I have here, I'm looking at the poster now. Guest speakers are, the hosts are yourself
Yes.
and Dr. Shabina Sadkium.
Yeah.
Event taking place at Glaston Community Centre, Borders Boulevard, PE12AN. And it's £15 per person, which includes a 3-course meal.
Yes.
Okay, wonderful. And we want to beat last year's figure.
Inshallah, yes.
Inshallah. It does happen. Okay, so can you share a little bit about the impact these funds will have on the ground?
Definitely. So, MAP is on the ground right now. They provide emergency medical aid. We've got doctors out there who are out there just literally fixing people's limbs, gunshots, buildings that collapsed on them. And they are going out and they're leaving their families. That's the important thing to understand, is they're leaving their families behind to be able to go help. They've taken an oath to sustain life as well, to protect life, and they literally, like I said, are not every. It's you must have heard the saying, not every superhero wears a cape.
Yeah.
These are some of those superheroes that are literally going out there helping people. And you know what? Basic stuff. I mean, as I said, some of the bandages and the extreme stuff they're working under.
The conditions.
The conditions they're
and
working
especially
under.
now, given what's happened in the last 24
Yes.
hours, the need for more medical aid cannot be stressed highly enough, can it?
Cannot be stressed.
And I think the other element to this as well is of course, at the moment, Israel is blocking aid going into the country. That shouldn't put you off from donating, because as soon as that opens, it's going straight in.
These guys are still on the ground as well.
Yeah.
That's the beauty of it. They're still on the ground. They're one of very few charities who are still cracking on with what they need to do. Well, in one sense, they're stuck in there anyway. There's no movement in or out.
Yeah, that's right, absolutely.
So what they're doing is using their skills. I mean, alhamdulillah, people have a set of skills, and Allah says that you should use your skills to the best of your ability for the good of mankind.
Yeah, and we will be judged on this as
Yes.
well, of course. And I can just say, I'm delighted to say, Assalamu alaikum,
Alaikum assalam.
Dr. Shabina has arrived.
Oh, it has just been an absolute privilege to be here, brother. I really want to thank you today. I want to actually thank Salam Radio, because you have not been off during the whole month of Ramadan. Just to thank you on behalf of Brother Zamir and myself for guiding this city, for prayer times, Ramadan times. It takes an awful lot of organisation working to accommodate this very much needed, I think, charity event that's going to take place on a Sunday.
Alhamdulillah, thank you for that. And you are right, it is a labour of love.
I can imagine.
Alhamdulillah, and we take this as an opportunity from Allah to support our local community and beyond. We were just talking about the impact this charity, the donations that people, inshallah, give on Sunday will have on the ground. And given this, what's taken place in the last 24 hours as well, and you being a doctor, can you share what kind of medical support these people can expect?
Just before I came here on the show, I read about a doctor who said that he had performed a number of operations overnight and knew that none of those people were going to survive. It makes me so emotional just even thinking about it. When we talk about medical support, where do I even begin and where do I end? When you talk about support from a medical perspective, having a look over 1.5 years, we are talking about everything here, from disease, malnutrition, not even malnutrition, but starvation, dehydration, women who aren't able to breastfeed their children because they're starving, frostbite because it's so terribly cold out there, and then you've got injuries of war, people having leg amputations as a result of infections because of wounds, little children walking outside bare feet and just having the rubble scrape their foot, that becoming infected, sepsis. I could go on and on, not to mention the elderly and frail population who will most likely have conditions of high blood pressure, diabetes, being more at risk of developing infection and sepsis as a result of war wounds, or simply because they don't have access to the regular medical care, because all those hospitals are on the ground trying to treat, with whatever provision they have, their own people.
Yeah, that's right.
It is calamity.
It is, and you're right, and thank you for that. When you mention the word hospital, there's barely any standing. They've been flattened.
Yes.
Yeah, and so the infrastructure is now, is gone. And I met and I listened to a story from a Palestinian doctor, and his energy for Palestine.
Of course.
I was quite overwhelmed.
Yeah.
All he was talking about was helping people. And he was talking about the conditions in which these doctors are working, literally bomb after bomb after bomb. Lights are shaking, the rooms are shaking, the equipment's shaking. They've run out of pads, they've run out of sterile equipment. The electricity is about to go off. They've run out of oxygen. They're taking babies out who've been on machines out, and they're just doing whatever they can to sustain a life. It's like Brother Zamir said about sustaining a life. And when I can't word for word remember exactly what he said, but when he was describing those conditions, I was thinking, this just sounds like it's a movie, but it's real. It's real life. It's what's actually happening.
Constant trauma.
Yeah.
If you look at an emergency room and you get all these traumas coming, gunshot wounds, amputations, sepsis, all of it's just coming through. And when I say you just don't get a minute.
Yeah, no respite.
No respite in it. It's just one after the other, and they're doubling up on whatever they can. And as long as it's viable to use, or they will hopefully get more in, or more equipment in, or something of that nature, they will use what they can to be able to just keep the person alive.
Absolutely. Can you share a little bit more about MAP?
Yeah, so Medical Aid for Palestinians is a charity that's based, obviously registered within the UK under the UK Charities Commission. It has been going on it's been an established charity working for Palestinians within not just only Gaza but the whole of the West Bank and population, to serve Palestinians in the way of providing more medical aid. And whether that be from supporting doctors, nurses, healthcare assistants, and also supporting for medical equipment and resources on the ground. That is exactly what they're there for. And they are mostly in places of crisis. So those hospitals that have been bombed, or those medical facilities that are still standing, they provide infrastructure in the way of human resource, medical resource, to make sure that people can be treated. And they have a group of volunteers that go there. But obviously, as you know, it has been incredibly difficult because we've recently seen that a charity there had its workers killed.
Yes, it was the Al Khair Foundation, wasn't it?
It really was, yes. And I think there's not just only trepidation, but there is a lot in the way of resistance of trying to get through those borders and address my husband put his visa through and it was rejected. So we've had some real troubles. We recently got a medical student from Jenin who came to stay with us for about a month. And although he belongs from a place called Tul Karam, which is in Jenin, and he is at a university there, but his university had been closed for the duration that this crisis had been taking place and the war had been taking place. But even he has said that the level of destruction is so monumental that you can't even begin to put a definition on it. I mean, what do you call it? Sort of an end of the world scenario. It really is.
You're right. Could you recall when the ceasefire first started, and there was images shared around the world?
I was going to say that.
And you see these people going back, and it's like literally like a scene from Mad Max or something, or Borderlands, where it is just it's gone.
Flattened, and you know what? It's how far the eye can see.
Yes.
And that's what one of the things was. We go up on a hill and we see everything, and you think, it's all flattened. There's nothing. Even the smallest buildings have got something missing off it, and there are no buildings in certain places, literally flat. They've no roads, no nothing. People are climbing over rubble and literally trying to. And what they're doing is actually they're seeing there are structures there that are kind of standing but not standing. If you can't, like caves. And they're just finding somewhere where it's not going to rain. They can get some respite in regards to they can put fire on, and to have some form of shelter in there. And that's where, we're 2025. We shouldn't be seeing this.
No, I agree with you. And it is our obligation as Muslims to support them.
Of course.
I think so. The other thing I'd just like to add, Brother Akil, and Zamir knows that our MP Andrew Pakes originally last year and this year when he has become MP, has actually been the force behind getting this done. Throughout the whole of Ramadan, he really did encourage us and wanted us to set up a fundraiser that he has avidly been a part of. He's also joined the Labour Friends of Palestine group, which is an organisation, and he really is, I mean, from a diplomacy point of view, is really trying to advocate on behalf of getting a recognition for the people of Palestine, and also make sure that he's a driving force behind ensuring that our government plays its role to ensure that those people are getting aid.
He has been getting as well. He has some quite strong questions as well within Parliament, and hopefully, like I said, if we keep, like I said, you have to keep on going. We know that this crisis is not going to finish. As much as anyone from America or anyone else is saying, people of Palestine will still need this type of aid going forward for decades. But that's what we're here for. We just want to start something that hopefully every Ramadan, every so often we do these fundraisers, and inshallah, just we are very fortunate people, and what we are greebing is du'as, and inshallah, we'll get a few of them as well.
Okay, I've got a text coming in from Shabnam. She's saying, is this a family event?
Yes, it is. Yes. We would love our young children to come. We want to encourage, first of all, I'd like to thank Sister Shabnam for her question. Sister Shabnam, our Eventbrite link to book tickets, also do remember that every single penny of those tickets is going to go, the money for that is going to go to medical aid for Palestinians. We want to see our little children. We actually want to involve our little children. So if they do come along, we will make them part of the stage. We want them to enjoy it. And one of the things I like to appeal to our brothers and sisters is, it's obvious that both Brother Zamir and I have a political affiliation. We are not coming into this politically. No. Please try to look past that. Please remember that what Brother Zamir does, he will be answerable to his Lord. What I do, I will be answerable to my Lord. But we need our Muslim, non-Muslim brothers and sisters to come together for the aid of charity, just to help. That's where our intention is coming from.
Yes, I understand.
You can beat us up afterwards over other things. Yeah. That's absolutely fine. But those people need our help, and they need your help as well, and that's why we're here.
This is true, and I think the other thing to stress here as well is that don't allow the news relating to the blockade of aid and so on put you off. Right. Just continue to donate, because the aid will get through.
It does get through.
It's really, really important that we don't lose hope from what we can do. Zamir mentioned about making dua. That's the first principle as a Muslim to do. Second one is whatever you can afford, whether it's £1, whether it's more, it doesn't matter.
I am content with that. I mean, we said it in our video. I go, this is not that £5, £10 thing. Whatever.
Yes.
And my little girl turned around to me and she goes, "Daddy, I've got my pocket money," and she doesn't have a lot, 57p. So she goes, "Daddy, can I give that?" And
57p's worth.
I'll go 77p.
Absolutely, mashallah. And that's important. The seed that you plant into a young heart about giving people something without wanting something back in return. It's really, really important. We're heading towards a ad break. I'm here in the studio with Dr. Shabina and Zamir talking about a charity fundraiser for medical aid for Palestine this weekend. Stay tuned to Salam Radio 106.2 FM. I'll have some Nasheeds for you following on the other side of this as well. But I'll speak to you soon. Assalamu alaikum.
You're listening to Salam Radio, and it's now time for Asr Azan.
This Azan is sponsored by Children of Adam, changing lives in Peterborough and across the world since 2013.
Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allah. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمد رسول الله أشهد أن محمد رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله.
This dua is sponsored by Chicken Valley, flavour that rules the roost.
الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم وبارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم في العالمين إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم رب هذه الدعوة التامة والصلاة القائمة آت محمدا الوسيلة والفضيلة وابعثه مقاما محمودا الذي وعدته. اللهم آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. اللهم بك نحيا وبك نموت وإليك المصير. رضينا بالله ربا وبالإسلام دينا وبمحمد صلى الله عليه وسلم نبيا ورسولا.
Peterborough's community radio station, Salam Radio, 106.2 FM.
Assalamu alaikum and welcome back to Drive Time live with Akil on Salam Radio 106.2 FM. I'm in the studio with Zamir and Dr. Shabina, and we are talking about a fabulous charity event taking place in the city on Sunday at 4 o'clock. Am I right, guys? Starting at 4 o'clock at Borges Boulevard, Medical Aid for Palestine. And Dr. Shabina is now going to share with us, because Zamir didn't know, who are the guest speakers?
Yeah, it's a really good question, actually. We have a number of guest speakers. So we have a doctor, hopefully from Medical Aid for Palestinians, who will be talking to us about his experience on the ground and what he has seen. Also, a Medical Aid for Palestinians personnel, somebody who's running the charity. We are also going to have our Peterborough's very own poet laureate in Charlie Geneva, who does a lot of spoken word, and she is obviously very Millfield based, very connected with the community, and I think it's a beautiful example of somebody who is non-Muslim who really feels about this issue and expresses herself through poetry. Then we've got another poet, our young brother called Luqman Ali, who has performed at other events and spoken about Palestine, so he will be there as well. And then finally we have brother Adil Kareem, who will be performing his Naat at the event too, amongst others. So,
Mashallah. And like I said earlier, also I've got a hand up here.
Oh,
wow. You forgot a tick. Unspoken.
Well,
you got.
So I was leaving.
So the one that you remembered.
Well, this is the one I read.
So this is what you work well together. Yin and yang.
That was I was leaving. Well, I'm not going to say to leave the best because I don't want to, but the person who really does come out with a bang is Brother Atiq. And you know, the children are going to absolutely love him. And that's why I wanted to reserve his name specially to say
Good comeback.
that
Yeah.
Brother
save.
Atiq, I'm just so happy that he's going to be there. And what child or what young one or what brother or sister doesn't know Brother Atiq?
He is proper. Every morning, he only lives around the corner from me. Every morning I see him, and then I see his videos as well. And he does his intro, and I'm like, this guy's on it every Monday morning. You know, he's pepped up on it. You know what I mean? And good vibes going on, and good morning, my beautiful people. You know, I can't even do the voice that he does. You know what I mean? I've got to give it to him. And no, I asked him, and soon I just text him saying, "Are you available?" He goes, "Anything for you, brother." And that's the heart that man has, and that's the beauty of it. And like I said, brilliant speaker, always speaks from the heart. Like I said, it's going to be a pleasure having him there as well.
One thing I would like to say about Brother Atiq is that it has been an incredible difficult last 1.5 years, especially after October the 7th took place, you know. And Brother Atiq was one of the brothers that actually reached out to me to say, "Sister, anything at all you need, let me know. I know how difficult this is for you." And just having that brotherly hand over a sister's head meant the whole world to me. So I'd really like to give him a mention for that as well.
MashaAllah. What's been the most rewarding part of organising this event, Zamir?
From my perspective, like I said, I didn't think I could actually do it in the first place. I was meant to be hosting last time. I think I popped in here and there and everywhere, and the organisation in regards to what's on the ground, the food, tables, I kind of functioned myself around that. The rewarding part of this is that, I'll be honest with you, I mean, as I said, we know it's going to a good place, and it's really important. That's call it a guilty pleasure, but you know, when you do good, you know what I mean, you can go put your head down and you think, you know, alhamdulillah, I did my best. And like I said, we overdid. I mean, like I said to you, we only expected £10,000 realistically. And I even said to you, I was like, and when I said 11, 12, 15, I was like, wow. You know what I mean? So no, absolutely brilliant feeling inside as well. And like I said, we're not regular charity. Like I said, we don't run charities or anything. Having that on your first hit, I was like, wow. You know what I mean? I was like, second time around, we thought, you know what, let's keep our expectations down, because you don't know what the world is out there. And alhamdulillah, inshallah, we'll see what goes on.
Inshallah. Are there any other ways that people can support this beyond the event itself?
Of course. Well, Dr. Shabina, we set up with the Private Hire Association originally when we set that up, and I approached Doctor and said to her, look, guys are paying this much for medicals, for taxis and so on and so forth. Can you do any better? And she just literally turned around and said, yeah, of course. And then she turned around and she goes, everything I earn from there will go straight to food bank and MAP. So that way, if you are getting your medical done, and I know in August we're going to have a busy period coming up, we'll advertise Dr. Shabina doing her medicals there. We can get it in. And also, like I said, there's direct, if you go onto MAP's direct site as well, you can give money there as well. And then we've still got the Just Giving page as well. And inshallah, what I'll do is I'll keep that on for a little longer than even if our target's met, we'll keep it on for a bit longer. If people want to still come back to us and say, I wasn't available or I couldn't do anything then, it's still going to be there. Just Giving page is going to be there for everyone, yeah.
Okay, mashallah. I have to also say, Dr. Shabina is amazing. I know she sat here in the studio, but you're right about the medicals. iCare has benefited from the food bank donation that you gave as well. So we know this is happening, of course, and may Allah bless you and accept all of your donations and efforts, sister, and you, of course, Brother Zamir as well. What message would you like to share with listeners who are thinking about attending or donating?
So I'm going to share a message that was said to me by another sister who had set up. I was at an International Women's Day event at the Town Hall last week, and I made a point of going over to the Palestine stalls where they were selling zaytun and, you know, other merchandise. And I brought a bottle of olive oil from her. and she knew me, and she said that it's important that you know that if you can't sleep, that you see those images and know that you're doing enough so that you can sleep in peace at night. And actually the reality is, and I want to share with all my brothers and sisters, none of us should be able to sleep in peace at night knowing that our children, our brothers and sisters are suffering out there. So when it comes to the nafs and the responsibility upon each and every one of us, I will be answerable to my Lord independently. Brother Zamir will be, brother you will be, and all our brothers and sisters are out there. Do the right thing. Either buy a ticket, come to our event, and make your contribution. The reality is none of us are going to be able to sleep in peace at night. However, what we can try and reassure ourselves is that we've done as little as we could or as much as we could, and we're setting the best possible example to our children to follow in our footsteps.
I agree
as
with
well.
you. But this is a great opportunity, isn't it? If you've been waiting to do something, it's a great sadaqah, zakat. Zakat will be applicable, right?
Yes.
Okay, so zakat and sadaqah will be applicable, and this is your opportunity.
Yeah, of course.
Come along, enjoy the event. So many different speakers and naats, etc. And of course, you got Atik and both of yourselves there. And then you got the amazing food that you mentioned. I know we're getting close to iftar time, so I'm not trying to disturb you, but yeah.
I just want to add, when this whole actual war started, and there was a picture of a gentleman holding his grandchild. I went home after that night. When I saw that, I gave my children a hug, and I thought, what a beautiful man. I mean, I'm all tears now because you know what, we don't cherish those moments, and that man was kissing the eyes of that child, and then he was like, what, she's gone, but she's still here in my arms. And that's where I triggered, and I thought, I have to do something or another. The little bit I can do, like I said, I use my little platform, and Shabina does her little platform, just like I said, just to hopefully help a little.
Yeah.
And it's just a drop in the ocean, but it's something there, isn't it?
Yeah, no, I think you do yourself a disservice, but it takes a lot of courage. It takes a lot of individual belief to stand up and do something where you want a community to get together and try and make a material impact, either locally or globally. Yeah. And so more power to you and Dr. Shabina and everybody else who's involved in this. I've remembered now that doctor who I was listening to was part of MAP. It just came to my brain. Yeah. And he was talking also about ambulances going to Palestine and things like that. So yes, great organisation. And this is, really, really commend you both. This is fantastic, and I think it's much needed. And an opportunity for, if you're at home, here's an opportunity. Come and break your fast at this event.
Come and break your fast. And I'm going to say to brothers and sisters, we've all been incredibly hurt. We've had different levels of hurt, of anger throughout the last 1.5 years. Please remember that we are a faith that promotes peace. Enough of the shouting, enough of the screaming out loud, enough of the anger we need to start doing. We're not people who like to shout or fight with each other. We don't like to call other people out over things, especially when it comes to that. Yeah, we are deficient, and I wish we could do more. But this is the little that we are doing, and we need your support on it.
Inshallah. Where can people find out more information and get their tickets?
So there is an Eventbrite link. We've put out a live video today on Councillor Zamir Ali's Facebook page.
Absolutely nervous as hell doing it.
Yeah.
I was like, here.
And also on the Salam Radio page that you very kindly promoted the invite. So on Salam Radio, on the Muslims of Peterborough Facebook page, and also on my own social media pages as well.
Okay, we'll reshare it again, of course.
Thank you.
And do add that Just Giving link as well within that, so people can. I mean, we all know, some people may just want to donate.
And that's
that's kind of the primary purpose. But I think the other element here as well is the opportunity to get together, and share your feelings on what's happening, and also come together and make dua. There will be a dua, of course, and enjoy this and enjoy the food. I think this is fantastic, by the way. And the fact that you're doing it for the second year as well is sad in one way because this whole situation is continuing.
Yeah.
But also,
to go on this long. You know,
this is true.
Can I just really thank
Sure.
Unison, the trade union?
Oh yes, definitely.
Honestly,
Yeah.
Unison have funded this event without even blinking an eyelid.
Amazing.
They have a motion in place that recognises the state of Palestine, and Tim Roberts, who is our regional director for Unison, and
Let's not forget
ethnic minority,
Sam as well.
and Sam
Sam
as well.
Hemraj.
Sam Hemraj have worked together and made sure that this event has been fully funded. They will be there on the evening, and we can't wait to be able to give them credit for the fact that without them this wouldn't have been possible. So we'd really like to thank Unison.
Wonderful. So, just to remind you, that is Sunday, the 23rd of March, 2025, from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. Charity Iftar taking place at Gladstone Community Centre, Borges Boulevard, Peterborough, PE12AN. And if you need any more information, you can get in touch with Dr. Shabina or Zamir Ali through their social media accounts, I'm assuming,
Definitely.
if they don't have your telephone number. And all proceeds, everything is being raised for medical aid for Palestine, and every single penny is going there.
Yes,
Thank
Inshallah. So I will still try to be there, by the way.
Yeah,
I will still try and be there. Can people buy tickets on the door?
Yes.
Yes, they can.
You can still buy tickets there, okay? Because I know you mentioned the Eventbrite. Some people, you know what our community is like.
That's fine.
Just
Well,
going to turn up.
I've already had people say to me, "Come on, can you reserve some tickets for me?" So I've already got, I think, about 10 or 12 people reserving tickets. So
Councillors Cross Party as well.
oh yeah,
that's
yeah,
good.
yeah. Like I said, John Fox from Warrington and whatnot. He's like, is there gonna be this and it's gonna be that? And I got biryani. It's gonna be hot like last time. I was like, maybe we try keeping it as best we can, but no. It's like I said to you, the food's gonna be wonderful.
Well, can you share what it's going to be now that you've said it?
You know the menu.
Now, if you know the menu,
Right.
you need to share the menu now.
We've got chaat, we've got samosas, we've got pakoras, we've got some. Oh, you put me on the spot now. We've got some biryani. We'll have a sweet dish as well. We're catering for vegetarians as well.
There you go. So what you're saying is you've covered all areas.
All areas.
All areas. So come along. Your £15 going to go a long way.
By far.
Yes, and there will be an opportunity to donate further on the day as well.
Definitely.
And for this really, really important cause. More power to you both. I think this is fantastic initiative, project, service, everything that you guys are doing. And I'm heartened to hear that you have cross-party members coming to that as well.
Oh, no, definitely.
This is not a political event.
No,
it's really, really
Anyone
important
could
to stress
come. Red, blue, greens, independents. We've got.
I will say that at the last one, we did have people calling us out and saying, how was it not political? However, what I say is that come and help us. Our doors are open for you. Yeah, it's our collective movement.
Okay, we will leave it with that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
When you're searching for the light and you see no hope inside, be sure and have no doubt He is always close to you. He's the one who knows you best. He knows what's in your heart. You'll find your peace at last if you just have faith in Him. You're always in my heart and mind. Your name is mentioned every day. I follow you no matter what. My biggest wish is to see you one day. 'Cause I believe, I believe, I believe. Do you believe? Oh, do you believe? 'Cause I believe in a man who used to be so full of love and harmony. He fought for peace and liberty, and never would he hurt anything.
He was a mercy for mankind, a teacher till the end of time. No creature could be compared with him, so full of light and blessings. You're always in my heart and mind. Your name is mentioned every day. I'll follow you no matter what God wills for me one day, 'cause I believe. I believe, I believe. Do you believe? Oh, do you believe? If you lose your way, believe in a better day.
Trials will come, but surely they will fade away.
If you just believe what is missing, just open your heart
and let His love flow through. I believe, 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 I believe.
And now I feel my heart is at peace, 'cause I believe, I believe, I believe. Do you believe? Oh, do you believe?
Irfan Maki there with I Believe, one of my favourite nasheeds. I hope you enjoyed that. Now, have you thought about being a radio presenter? Here at Salam Radio, we're always looking for new talent. So perhaps you have a new idea, something we don't already have, but maybe there is something you want to expand on. Maybe you have a favourite hobby, or you know someone, they have a passion for sport. It could be technology, whatever it is. Come and have a conversation with us. Email us at info@salamradio.co.uk and we would be happy to talk that through with you. We're always looking for new local talent, and training will be provided.
Shining bright, you came to us with a heart so full of love, and you showed that you're the one who cares the most, and to us you've always been so close. Everyone will say, please save me, except Al-Habib. أمتي يقولها لنا يوم القيامة. أمتي يقولها شفاعة أنا لها. I've always always sacrificed, smiled with patience through the hard times. All you did inspired everyone you knew, always selfless, striving for the truth. Everyone will say, please save me, accept al-Habib. أمتي يقولها لنا يوم القيامة. أمتي يقولها شفاعة أنا لها. محمد, I'll give my heart and soul for you. Wish my eyes can see your face and be close to you. 'Cause in your guidance I find peace of mind and need. No one else on that day can intercede. أمتي يقولها لنا يوم القيامة. أمتي يقولها شفاعة أنا لها.
MashaAllah, I've got goosebumps. I don't know about you. That was Maher Zain there with Ummati. And I'm dedicating that to my late father, to my late father-in-law, to my brother Amr Salman's father, to my brother Zahir Abbas's father, and to you, anyone who's passed away in your family. I dedicate that to you. I ask Allah to forgive them, have mercy on them, grant them ease and pardon them, honour their abode, expand their entry and cleanse them with water, snow and ice, purify them from their sins. Ya Allah, please forgive them. Please elevate their ranks in Jannah. We miss them dearly. We miss them daily. And we are now in the holy month of Ramadan. This beautiful month, Ya Allah, please accept our deeds, accept our fasts, accept our efforts through charity, through all the work that we do locally, internationally, all the charities that we support. Ya Allah, please accept this from us in this most troubled of times. And also, Ya Allah, please grant relief to the people of Palestine. Through their hardships, the suffering, Ya Allah, a reminder to us to act in every single opportunity that we get, through charities, through dua, whatever we can do to help them. Ya Allah, please bless this radio station. We've been going since 2016. May Allah continue to bless us and help us to grow. And you, listening to me right now, I want you to know that no matter what difficulties you may face in your life, whether someone who's passed away in your life, or whatever difficulties it may be, it is a single action of dua with sincerity. And Allah will change everything for you. So, my brother, my sister, stay strong. May Allah bless you. May Allah bless your families. And please remember this radio station and our ummah in your du'as as you open your fast. Assalamu alaikum.
Stay tuned to Salam Radio after this short ad break.
Are you a savvy shopper searching for the best food?